Greetings. The Progress Monitoring Plan worksheet is a Microsoft Word form, a template I have created to help you facilitate the development of a progress monitoring plan using the BIMAS. First thing, for example, you might decide that which plan you're going to use. Are you planning to use, for example, the standard form only of the BIMAS to do this type of a work? Of course, if you choose the BIMAS standard form, you know that you carry with it all of the good technical characteristics that the scale has, such as change-sensitive normative data. Again, normative and standardized is the key word here. In some cases, however, you may choose also to incorporate what we call the BIMAS flex options. When you include the BIMAS flex options, then you can as part of a progress monitoring plan, you might be able to select individual items from the standard form, and when you do that, you still carry the normative information at the item level, or you might choose to create your very own customized item. These items might be a result of a discussion with the MTSS team, a review of the student's IEP, or information from another diagnostic tool that you have gathered, for example, from a scale of autism, the diagnosis of autism, and so forth. You as a team, if you opted to use these customized items, you will find out that you as a team will need to decide what makes something a success story for a progress monitoring plan. As you are moving through the plan, of course, a simple thing, if it was a student, you just include the student's name in here. And if it's a group of students, make sure that you identify and you spell out who the students are going to be in the plan. And it will be a good checklist to have as you are progressing through the build-up of that. Also here, you may want to think about, as you're thinking about the students, you may want to think about whether you're going to invite the parents. The parent information on the BIMAS is connected to a student's record. So if you say, I'm going to use Joe Howie, for example, and I want to invite the parents to be part of the progress monitoring plan, then definitely you need to make sure that you look into the plan and into the BIMAS database, open the student's name, scroll down and find out if the students actually, look at the background information up on the top of the screen and see if there is parent information for this particular student. And you may want to do this with every single student that you plan to invite parents to be part of the evaluation. Again, keep in mind, students can participate in their progress monitoring plans if they are 12 years and older. Of course, at some point, you will need to call the plan a particular name. I've seen many variations of this on the various accounts. People, unfortunately, sometimes provide codes, GKM 2019 fall. That makes your life very, very miserable when you're trying to figure out who the student is, because you have to open the plan to see who the students are in this particular plan. When I ask people why do they do that, they always say, well, for security reasons. To be honest with you, if somebody actually is able to break through the platform and have access to the platform, that will not be the way you protect this is not the place where we protect actually the data. So please make yourself, do yourself a favor and provide a name for a student, and make sure that you are able to sort out and search for that student as quickly as you can to reduce the frustration of searching through the database. Sometimes students might have more than one plans. So you may want to say Joe Howie Plan 1, Joe Howie Plan 2, or something that may elaborate on Joe Howie as the beginning of the plan and then followed in parentheses with a particular detail for that plan. Be sensitive to what are you going to call this plan in the event that you may have to open and show that screen to a parent. You don't want to write something that might be offensive to a parent for their student. So after that, if you have, of course, a a number of kids that you're going to be including here in the plan, just make sure that you put the group like social skills training or social skills group grade 1 or something. The next person that you need to be thinking about, the next thing you need to be thinking about is the case manager. Case manager is a person who will be receiving notifications from the platform in the event that things are not running in a timely manner, submissions are not done, and for example, on the required ratings. That person could be your special ed director or somebody who you want to monitor. Quite a few times, social workers, school psychologists, school counselors might be also the case managers, and these individuals might also serve as the interventionists. So you have a nice little record here about who are the individuals who will be involved. Now, the next thing that you need to be thinking about is the frequency, and here of the monitoring. Here you have to be mindful about the plan that you're going to use. So for example, you're using the standard form with 34 items, perhaps a daily collection of data might not be the best sensitive. In fact, even a weekly might be a little bit too much for certain teachers, depending of how much of a buy-in you have from and commitment you have from the team who is willing to do the monitoring of a particular behavior. So be mindful of that, and keep in mind, also the effectiveness of your intervention. Certain things do not change as fast as we sometimes wish to change, and you don't want to make sure that you don't get disappointed in the event that the data still do not support some of your efforts right away, at least. Then what you need to keep in mind is you need to keep in mind the duration. The duration is also part of this thinking about what the intervention is going to be, who is going to provide the data, how often, and how long would it take for something, or what the plan is for this intervention. Are we going to start January 1st and go until end of May? Are we going to what exactly is the timeline? And of course, there is no right or wrong answers here. Everything depends on the particular case that you are going to progress monitor. Finally, you need to be thinking about who is going to provide you information about the progress monitoring plan that you have in place. Who are the teachers, for example? Who might be the staff members? Who might be the parents? Who might be all of these individuals? Before you jump into creating the plan, check, is Mrs. Brown, for example, a Joyce teacher in the platform? Are you familiar? Go to your BIMAS account, check on the staff and see if indeed she is there and she has been assigned to the proper building and has the proper email address and so forth. That's kind of a preparatory work so that when you sit down finally on the screen to build the plan, you will be able to to have things go a little bit smoother for you.